So we're just following up with our favorite robot dog that was dancing. Remember they showed the dancing robot dog, and then they showed the robot dog dancing into the projects, into Black people's project buildings, and Latino people's
Oh, and I
buildings.
think he danced out of there alone. They didn't show the neck that he snapped while he was inside.
So, the mission creep of this is happening all across the world of everyone trying to replace people with robots. And Singapore is using real weird language. They use the new robots are patrolling for antisocial behavior,
Oh
causing.
man, they would break my neck mad quick. I just be avoiding people, never talking to nobody.
So this old man right here is about to be executed in the streets. You should see this right here, the old man right here. Before we play a video of it, but yeah. So this is right here. Singapore is like, you're old. This is
It's like,
antisocial. So
yo, he
I
ready
think
to duel with that thing too.
yeah, like he's ready to. So there are new sheriffs in town in Singapore, and they are unnerving many who live there. So the court on as the fact the court it's 7 cameras and able to detect undesirable social behavior.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
So if you incorrectly park your bike, you will be executed. If you smoke in an authorized area, you'll be executed. If social distance is not being respected, you will be executed.
Well, like two of
Um,
those three things, man. I don't know. I think I could get behind them. But
so you just want mass executions in the streets, of like of like people
but then like
smoking.
when I walk down the street, I won't have like fucking death clouds being blown in my face.
So you just have bullets being flying around, robot bullets. So
But then
so
again, if
far
they're talking about antisocial behavior, me ignoring everybody, I'm getting shot in the back.
so far they so far they are dividing public opinion. So these robots are dividing opinions of people. So one person.
Maybe that constitutes undesirable social behavior. Maybe the robot should terminate itself.
So one person is already succumbing to the overlords. I think it's good from a security perspective to ensure safety in society. If anything happens, you still got the footage to backtrack. So if the robot murders someone, you can watch the footage and sell it on eBay. Um, so
Yo, sometimes your analysis is like, you know, this guy did this thing, so I'm gonna eat strawberry ice cream. Like what the fuck are you talking about, son?
you say the footage to backtrack, to track back.
No, but I think it's more about taking away people's rights to privacy. And of course, some people will say, "Oh, there's no expectation to right to
'cause the police.
privacy in
No,
public."
I'm saying because the police wear body cameras in the United States and they still beat people up and kill people. And that's what I'm saying. The robots.
Oh
with
no, but
cameras.
this is to make sure that they take your money, they tax you with fines and stuff. Oh look, we got this robot that said you did this.
Yeah,
You
but
know, a
I'm
cop
saying,
could just say, "I feared for my life," while shooting up the block.
yeah.
And that's okay, but we don't have those protections, those legal protections that they have. So
So imagine
when
a
when
robot.
they video
Imagine,
us,
imagine the legal protections a robot has.
that
He's
guy
not even
didn't pay
human.
sales tax. We got the footage.
The robot's not even human. So who can you like go? Who goes to jail when the robot kills people? So this island of 5.5 million people already has an arsenal of surveillance technology. Already has 90,000 police cameras. It's double. It's going to double by 2030. So Singapore's
So I'm
already
not going to Singapore anytime soon.
is already heavily
Okay.
surveilled with technology or different kind of weird rules about chewing gum out in the street. You might go to jail if you chew gum and some shit like that. It's kind of different weird like public nuisance rules that it has. And then in this article, it throws
I
this
think
like
isn't it the improper disposal of the chewing gum that gets you in trouble? Like how you see all the black spots on
yeah.
on the cement in New
Yeah,
York
so
City.
Singapore, you'll get beheaded by a laser if you
Well, it looks like
yeah.
that dog was already beheaded by a laser.
So in this article, it slips in this like creepy ass thing that was happening in Hawaii that wasn't being reported at all. So in
Robot
Hawaii,
police dog that scans homeless people. Get the
did you see that?
entire
Can you read that
fuck
again?
out
Can you
of
read that again,
this.
Dr. Eugenius? This little sentence right here.
In
So
Hawaii, police in Honolulu have been using a robot dog to take homeless people's temperatures. It's a safer way to check for COVID-19 symptoms so that you don't have to deal with the homeless people.
I just gotta close.
It's so dehumanizing on like 50,000 different planes. I mean, shall we like really go into it? You don't actually want to approach them and look them in the eye.
So first, I'm gonna pull up the
You want to make sure the body is warm, right? That's important to you. But you don't want to solve the homeless problem.
Robot mostly
So this is
used
a
to
Y
scan
right here.
people for a fever in the homeless shelter the department runs. As Lynn Kawano reports, critics call it an unnecessary toy.
HPD said just days
See how
ago
they're
a
trying to
controversial
position it as a
robot
toy?
dog was used
So it's
to help
non-threatening?
care for a
toy? Get the
COVID-positive
fuck outta
resident
here.
here at the
Run it
Honolulu
back.
shelter.
Run it back.
Spot is assigned to the Keehi Lagoon tent shelter run by the department. The $150,000 robot
Can't get
was
these people
purchased
homes?
using
What is
federal
going on
CARES
here?
funds. Spot mostly scans residents for a fever. This is video the department provided because they didn't let us on site. HPD scoffs at the critics who call it a glorified temperature taker.
The temperature on the robot can scan someone from 7 feet away, and it does it very quickly, instantaneously. It also
Whatever keeps me away from those niggas.
communicates.
That's what I'm saying.
Carry payload as far as like supplies, so PPE, food, water.
Sunday, HPD used Spot's communication capability to work with a COVID-positive patient until the Department of Health could arrive. Critics of Spot's hefty price tag and assigned tasks call that insulting.
The sheer indignity of treating people like that. You have people who are trying to get shelter, who are at this place trying to get help, and they're being approached by a robot instead of an actual caring human being. It's downright dystopian.
Because none of them human beings are
Dystopian
caring.
is how a Rhode Island lawmaker described it before, calling for a ban on the use of the technology.
So they've been
New
using
York's
this the
police
whole time in
department
Hawaii and
canceled its
Lolo
order
about-
for a
about telling
robot dog
people.
after fierce criticism.
Hopefully the pandemic isn't with us forever, right? What is the use of that robot dog post-pandemic? It's not going to be to take temperatures.
HPD defends
It's
the
to make
purchase,
your
saying
temperature
it's
go
allowing
down
staff and
when you
residents to distance,
fucking robots
preventing
putting bullets
the
through you.
spread of the virus.
Since HONU started in December of 2019,
It's
there
been
have been
December
1,750
2019.
people come through. Since March of 2020, there have been 14 COVID-positive residents. I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
Why? What's the point of even saying that? Was the robot help that? So that's the report there about the local news trying to make it seem, oh, it's a little toy, like you said, it's a toy that the community is using. It's a toy. It's $150,000 toy that was paid using federal CARES funds. You know what the CARES funds were for? To help people, not to scan people's faces.
Imagine the robot dog not being necessary because the money that you used to acquire it was used to house these people.
Yo, you gotta see this creepy ass. I'm sorry, guys.
And then there would be no homeless people to have to scan
Look at this photo.
in the first place.
Look at this photo right here. Tell me.
I mean, does that look like dignity to y'all? Let's be real. Let's be real, y'all. Does that look like dignity to you?
looks like you respect.
Like these people don't have enough fucking problems?
I would fully respect someone who does this.
There's not a human being that's coming in there saying, hey, you know, we just want to make sure you're okay. Do you have enough food? Are you comfortable? Do you need a blanket? No. It's a fucking... Man. Next story, man.
So this is the most outrageous shit I've ever seen. So that's the thing that was buried in the lead about Singapore. We want to go back to the Singapore robot. Almost seems benign compared to that shit. So this is what the Singapore robot is doing. Compared to like the American robot, which is hunting homeless people. It looks like it's backing that man in the corner.
Please park a bicycle lane.
What are you talking
It's
about
another
privacy
way,
concerns if you have 90,000
another
cameras
means
everywhere as it
which
is?
people feel surveilled, right? Where they feel like they might not be safe
I mean, this look like this one could follow you into the bathroom.
articulate certain views or to engage in certain
Pause it, pause it,
behaviors.
pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it. See, that's really the real issue, y'all. They want to talk about anti this and that and safety. You've got 90,000 cameras in a municipality or a country where the crime rates are insanely low. Singapore has some of the lowest crime rates on this planet. So you can let them give you the smoke screen and say, well, you know, we just want to keep people safe. Yeah, everybody's safe in Singapore. So what is the robot really about? And I think that she nails it right on the head. This is about curbing free speech. This is about preventing dissenting views from being disseminated in the public. That's really what this is about.
Yes.
Please keep to 5 persons per room.
Oh, lampposts.
Literally is in effect. Please choose one leader.
It's not a threat. Your privacy's done.
Literally is in effect.
See, this is what frustrates me about a lot of the really hardcore, loud anti-vax stuff. Like, we have really serious concerns with homeless people scanning faces. Like, you know,
When you're
like,
talking about microchips. You want to talk
Yeah.
about microchips? The microchips that's in that fucking robot. Let's talk about that.
so that's why in Black Power Magic Hour, instead of like worrying about, oh, this guy said this about this and that, we're showing you real problems that actually been happening almost a year and a half. They've been employing those robots in Hawaii for more than a year, and that's now, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. It's like, you know, like, so this is why it's important. That's what Black Power Magic is about. It's about focus on things that people should be talking about, not just like things that everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah, there's so many fucking smoke screens designed to divert your attention to certain things that really don't have that much of an impact on your life, and they're meant to get you very emotionally involved in stuff that if you never knew that it ever happened, your life would be no different. Right? But, you know, we're talking about fucking, you know, killer fucking robots in the projects in the Bronx, right? We got people that don't have broadband internet in that neighborhood. But you spent all that money to further criminalize poor people. I mean, where are we putting our money? I mean, you know, we talk about the $86 billion that the U.S. government gave to the Taliban a month or two ago, right? But look about at all the other trillions that we spent on weapons and tools of death, when that money could have been used to assuage a lot of the despair that goes on in our country and around the world, so that these measures won't even really be necessary. You won't need a robot dog in the Bronx for crime purposes if you have economic opportunities in those neighborhoods. It doesn't. I don't think what I'm saying is unreasonable. I don't think what I'm saying is unreasonable.
It isn't. It sounds like socialism. So like you want to like have Stalin raised from the grave and rule America with Mao. That's what people think when you want to help people. Just the bare minimum. I just want to help people so people don't commit crimes against my friends or me at some point in my life. You know?
Yeah, you know, it's real funny, right? I don't want to go too much into a diatribe here, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about this live, right?
Yeah.
But you know how many times I get called a socialist or a communist, and you know I'm not, right? Like, you've known me long enough to know, right? And I get called a socialist and economist or a communist when I say, hey, pay somebody what they're worth, right? Oh, you know, that's why you're this kind of loser and that's why you don't have nothing. I'm like, do you even know what dude, do you know what I've achieved? Do you know my quality of life today? You have no clue. Like, I could be doing as well as I'm doing today. I could be doing a little bit worse. I could be doing a lot better. It's not going to change my character. You know, the fact that, you know, I've been able to achieve some nice things and I've been able to acquire some nice possessions in my life does not mean that I'm not going to advocate for people to get what they deserve. I don't understand how people think these things are mutually exclusive. Like, you know, I've benefited from, you know, some of the capitalist, you know, tenets that are out there, right?
I just feel like when people have money, I have more money. That's what happens. Like, even if you have a business and more people outside of your business have more money,
then they can spend the money at your business.
So people have.
How
less
hard
money,
is that? How hard?
If people have less money out in the world, then people are gonna break your window and take your radio. I mean, it's just. I guess just people don't see.
I mean, Philadelphia Freeway, right? He was a rapper making money, and he still felt the need to inform you that if his kid's hungry, he snatched the dishes out your kitchen. I'd be wild until they pick me out of lineup. And this is a guy that had, at least at the time, I don't know what his financial situation is today. Yeah, but that was a guy back then that had more than I have now. Right? And he is still informing you.
You take the dishes.
If you come home and there are no dishes in your kitchen, his kids are hungry. But if his kids aren't hungry, then you have plates to eat off of. It is. It's like cause and effect, but I don't know. Yeah. You know, I really hate this.
Bring in the robots instead. That's what
I really hate this phrase that I hear too often, but I'm really starting to understand why people say this phrase so often. Yeah. They say cruelty is the point.
Oh, yeah.
And when you look at these fucking robots, right? You're talking about, imagine a robot pulls up on a homeless man that has the Rona and then walks away. Oh, yeah, we don't have to deal with that guy. You got a potentially deadly disease from somebody who's already suffering from despair. And the only thing that you have for him is, well, we just want to see if, you know, we even want to look at you or not. This is about us, not you.
I might as well just have the robot just take the person and throw him in the dumpster. I mean, What's stopping them from that next point?
I don't think there's a goddamn thing stopping that from happening. We already showed how strong those things are, right? And how much they can lift in previous episodes, right?
Magic Hour, them using a bulldozer, almost bulldozing the homeless man. So we already showed they already used it inside those machines. So imagine not having a person in the bulldozer. So, good God. So we're gonna end it with that door. Some future stuff. So you can follow Black Power Magic Hour on Twitter, Twitch. We're on the TV streaming platforms, Discord, and then Dr. with Genius. He's talking shit on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and that's some future stuff. Terminator Now.